Hey everybody, Brian Boyle here, and welcome to episode 109 of The Mesh Tongue. It is Tuesday, and hopefully you are having a fantastic Tuesday, and hey, things are good here. I've gotten lots of questions, lots of comments. Keep sending those to me, please. I love it. Brian, B-R-I-A-N, at company 5, the number 5k.com. So Brian at company5k.com. Be happy to get those answered for you. Now, had a funny thing happen this morning. I got a phone call. I'm a race director for a race here in Salt Lake, and going through the permits is just absolutely crazy. Last year, we went through the permit process, this big ordeal, 9 months of trying to get this race route right in downtown Salt Lake on a Thursday night. It ended up that we had to cancel the race just because we couldn't get anything finalized. The city was just moving really slow. This year, the option that they gave me last year that we were going to finally concede with this year, I put the same stuff in. I figured, all right, let's just get it over with. Let's just take care of this. And I've been getting this call from the Parks and Rec department. Hi, if you're watching. Chances are they're probably not watching, but I do enjoy this. But they're calling and they're saying, hey, it says here you want to have music at your event, and we just can't do it. There's no way. The neighbors would be knocking on our doors like this thing is crazy. You just can't have music. Now, the interesting thing was that the city didn't even have me talk to Parks and Rec last time. And last time, we were just about this close from getting the permit. I pulled the plug because we couldn't get things, people were questioning whether or not, where's the race? If, it was originally supposed to be here, now we're having to move it, what's going on? I thought, this is just a mess, we'll just start over next year. So they said, you can't do live music. I said, I was all set to do a band and all this other stuff last year, and nobody said anything. Why now? So, of course, this whole, whatever it was, well, you shouldn't have been able to do that, there's no way, let me look at the notes, blah, blah, blah. And I said to her finally, I said, well, what if I had Aerosmith there playing? And there was this long silence, like, oh. So apparently if I had a gigantic rock band there, we can do whatever we want. But it is what it is. The fun and joys of trying to be a race director. So take it easy the next time you're at a race. And if things aren't going the way that maybe you thought they should go, or maybe there was something that they said was going to be there and it's not there, take it easy. It's not always the race director's fault. Sometimes they are dealing with the city, they're dealing with vendors, they're dealing with all these things. I didn't realize a lot of this stuff until now as I'm in that position, but take it easy on the race director. There are some things that race directors do that are our fault. Okay, we didn't plan in time, didn't do this, didn't order enough, whatever. But there are some things that are just out of our control. So that's my friendly public service announcement. As you're out there racing, all right, take it easy on the race directors. Stop by, give them a hand, thank them, thank the volunteers that are out there, because truly a lot of these people are volunteers out there, and they are out there to make a difference. So today I want to talk to you about a little race strategy. So one of the race strategies that I like to do is called a negative split. And so the negative split basically means that you're going to run the second half faster than the first. Makes sense? Okay, so if somebody says, oh, I negative splitted this, that's what it means for anybody that's new out there. So the reason why this works pretty well, okay, or can work out pretty well, depending on the distance of the race and depending on the feel of the race, is that sometimes you conserve just enough energy that, if somebody makes a kick too soon, you can catch up to them and you can pass them, and so on and so on. This really works well for, for the more advanced runners if you're kind of out there. I encourage you to watch some of these, greatest races or greatest kicks on YouTube. There's lots of races out there, that especially show these things where somebody just made their move just too soon and they just got beat. One of the things that really pulls to mind was the Olympics last year, the cycling, and the woman that was, from the United States, that was all set to, she looks, oh man, she's gonna gold medal this thing, and ends up taking a not even medaling, honestly. She just moved too soon, moved too fast. So negative split basically says you go out harder in the second half, conserve a little bit in the beginning. Now, how does this work? Well, This works really well if you're a middle of the pack runner or if you're kind of back of the pack runner, because what you're doing, you're saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to conserve my energy, I'm going to make sure I have something in the gas tank for the end of the race. I'm not going to come in, you know, collapsing at the finish line or before. You're seeing a lot of people collapse before the finish line, especially in marathons. You know, that they're just exhausted by the time they get there. Most of the people that have negative splitted this are in good sorts. So how can you do this and help yourself? If there's somebody in front of you, what you do is you pick a person maybe, you know, 20 feet or 20 yards, whatever it is in front of you, and you just dial in on them, okay? As long as you're still running your same pace, okay, what you're going to start doing is start trying to pull that person in, all right? Usually the second half of the race. This works great in half marathons and marathons. All right, you start pulling that person in, and then you get to the next person, then you get to the next person, you just keep picking those people off. Now, if you're starting to just kind of gauge where they're at and you're gauging your distance, if they start slowing down, you start slowing down, doesn't work as well. All right, so the strategy's got to be that you're looking at that person, you're running your race, not their race, your race. They start slowing down, you start, or you continue on your pace. If you start to see them pick up the speed and you don't feel comfortable with that, okay, then you don't move on that person, you find another person. Chances are there's gonna be somebody coming back to you. Okay, I've been caught in the last stages of races plenty of times by people that I thought, hey, you know, I got this thing wrapped, you know, it's pretty good, and just didn't have enough in the gas tank, didn't have enough to finish out, you know, and get passed by somebody at the finish line or in the last few yards. And you know, it's never fun, but you know, kudos to that person for running a smart race and you know, and for being there in the end, because that's what matters when you cross the finish line. So that's just a quick racing tip. Negative splits, fantastic. You know, reeling somebody in, it provides a little bit of a game, a little bit of a motivation. You know, it can be just enough dissociation to keep your mind going. So you're looking at your splits, you're watching your body, breathing, all that stuff, but just enough of a game to keep somebody, okay, I'm going to get that person, I'm going to move to the next person, keep you in it late stages, you know, when things get mentally tough. So hopefully you find some value in this. Remember, take care of your race directors. Please, please, please don't give them all the grief if things aren't right. Also, negative splits might be a great way to run your next race. Have a fantastic Tuesday. This is episode 109 of The Mesh Tongue. I will see you again tomorrow. And I don't think today is Tuesday, is it? Today is Wednesday. As I'm saying that out loud. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. But that's how my week has been going. So hopefully you have a good week. And tomorrow, Thursday, I caught it though. I caught it before we ended the video. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll see you again for episode 110. But have a great day. Hey, don't go hurting yourself to come back. Share this with your friends and family. I appreciate it. And also check out runpainless.com. All right, until then, see you.